We need to push the ball in transition and be patient if the shot isn't there then. And our transition defense must be very good because these guys are great dribble penetrators. We want to keep them out of the lane.
And you mentioned when they make over 15, they being George Mason, 15 turnovers a game, they've not won this year.
That's right. And when they got under 15, they've won them all. So it's going to be an interesting battle.
Let's now go to our courtside reporter, Pete Clausen, who caught up with Coach Tony Shaver moments ago.
When I caught up with Coach Shaver earlier this afternoon, 2 words he was stressing were execution and defense. He was really not pleased with either in the team's last outing out at Marshall. It was a brutal road trip against a really fine program, but neither of those were up to his standards. He really wants to see the defensive efforts come together. But one bright spot out of that game was the play of the return of Paul Rowley, senior graduate student who's working his way back from injury. He was the best player on the floor for the Tribe that night, scored 12 points. And even better, he is looking and more excited to see now the 3 seniors who've been in and out of the lineup prior to tonight get work back in and start building some continuity and consistency.
Thank you, Pete.
And with that, I'll send you back to Jay and Charlie for the first half action.
Thank you, Pete. We'll come to you for your insight throughout the normal course of the game as Tribe's Matt Milan missed a 3-pointer to get the Tribe underway, and Mason has a block shot down the other end. So it's George Mason basketball just underway here at Capital Arena.
Jared Reuter, Jay, took that shot. He's a transfer from the University of Virginia. Great block by Nathan.
And a traveling violation called on Justin Kyer out of Grottoes, Virginia, a junior. Everybody on this team back. That's the only team in the country that features this.
The only team in the country that every one of their points is here tonight.
Pretty amazing. They're off to a 3-5 start. George Mason is. William and Mary at 2 wins and 5 losses. I think this is a pretty big game for both teams.
I think it is. This is the kind of game both teams need to win.
Here's Paul Rowley, left side to Luke Lloyd. Double team Knight. Tribe around the horn. Ball knocked away, and Rowley picks it up. Still some time. 6 on the shot clock. And now taken away and stolen away. Otis Livingston with the steal. Mason, a little bit like William and Mary, wants to play a lot of players score in this lineup. Matter of fact, they've got 4 averaging in double figures, and that's one of them right there, Javon Green with a 3-pointer, the sophomore out of Georgia.
And Jay, they're going to push the ball, they're going to pressure and try to force turnovers out of us. We got to take care of the basketball. Great execution right there.
Great give and go right there, Milan. Nathan Knight leads this team in assists.
Well, he's a terrific passer. He has good vision on the floor, and when his teammates cut, they better be looking for the basketball.
Otis Livingston, one of the players to watch, and that's why he can fill him up when he gets hot. First 2 points of the evening for Otis Livingston II out of Linden, New Jersey, and it's a 5-2 Patriot lead.
Well, Livingston's had a great career for them, Jay. We said in the opening, he scored 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, and over 400 assists.
L.J. Owens, now to Paul Rowley, fakes a 3, bumped a little bit down the lane, and a traveling violation called on the second-year law student at William and Mary. We call him the judge, Paul Rowley.
He will be that one of these days, I'm quite certain.
Livingston into the front court. Justin Pierce about to check in. That is a really good sign for Tribe fans, not starting tonight. He was injured a little bit in that Marshall loss in Huntington a couple of nights ago. Ball knocked away. Should go back to the Tribe, and it does. And coming into the ball game is Justin Pierce. He averages a double-double. Justin Pierce truly is an important cog on this basketball team.
He certainly is. He's a very good all-around player, probably one of the best athletes we've had here in a long time.
By the way, the officials for tonight's basketball game, Jeff Pond, Tony Crisp, and William Humes. At Milan, now to L.J. Owens. Coach Shaver yells out a play. Justin Pierce on the left wing. Back to Nathan Knight. He'll throw up a 3-pointer. Good. And he can hit that one. That is no fluke if you are just tuning in.
I tell you what, I happened to stop by and watch practice a little yesterday, and he must have hit about 15 in a row in workouts.
6'10" junior hits a 3-pointer. Nathan leading scorer. Long jumper, no good. Pierce with a rebound and a 5-5 tilt. We played 3 minutes. Pass down low. Nathan Knight to the hole. Layup, no good. Boy, they thought, Coach Shaver thought it was a blocking foul. The other way, out front, down low, reverse layup, good. That's Gerard Reuter.
Well, right now, Mason is pushing the ball up the floor very quickly, and the Tribe has got to get back on defense.
Tribe won at Mason last year, 77-70. Of course, Tribe with a lot of new faces this year, those 5 freshmen. Bounce pass underneath, L.J. Owens to the paint, off the glass, good, and he is fouled. That time that off defender came in, he was inside the arc, and a good call. Well, no, pardon me,
that's I don't understand the call, Jay. He's definitely inside the arc.
Here we go, Charlie.
No, I beg your pardon. He was on the outside of the circle. We're at the wrong end of the floor, I think.
Right. Officials have the better view. The bucket does not count either. Reuter underneath against Nathan, and Nathan did a pretty good job defensively, but Reuter's a load at 6'7", 260 pounds.
Well, he's had very good experience in the ACC. He's very patient with the basketball in the low post. He took his time and just worked his way into the basket.
Top of the key, Nathan, left side to Pierce, who has not gotten a shot off as yet. Justin, left wing now to Thornton Scott, who's left open, and the three-pointer is up and no good, and the rebound to George Mason. Tribe off to a slow start offensively in this ball game, not shooting all that great. Right side effort, and a foul going to be called on L.J. Owens, and we have our first media timeout. We'll take it. 15:45 left in the first half of play. It's George Mason 9 and William and Mary 5.
There is a whole village and group behind you, supporting you and excited for your future.
We've come a long way. We still have things that we need to do, and there's a need for an event like this to bring us together as student athletes and as alumni so that we don't forget our past and we don't become complacent about our future.
15:45 left in the first half. 9-5 Mason lead. Tribe's not shooting the ball particularly well in the early going, but that will improve. Tribe 2 of 5 so far from the field. Next broadcast after a couple of road trips. By the way, the Tribe at Old Dominion on Wednesday. Certainly invite fans to come down to see that ball game. And then Hampton is on Saturday. But the next home game for the Tribe will be December the 16th versus William Peace right here at Capital Arena. Streaming will be available on Tribe Athletics TV, tribeathletics.com. That's after that. Actually, it's kind of in the middle of the exam period, if you will. It's no break. I'm short of saying exam break, Charlie. You've been through it here. It's no break, is it?
There are no breaks.
I got to believe it's a little different than when you came here, but that's another story. What do you think in the early going?
Well, I think right now at this game, George Mason definitely wants to get this game up tempo. They want to get it down the floor. They're looking for good shots. They're good scorers, Jay. Tribe's got to do a better job getting back. The Tribe has executed pretty well at the offensive end. They just hadn't dropped the shots in. So, yeah, I think that's will straighten out for William and Mary.
It's Justin Kier at the free throw line. He made his first. 32 times these two teams have met here at Capital Arena, and it's all tied at 16 apiece, though the Patriots do enjoy a 39-28 all-time series lead. These two teams went at it for several years in the old CAA, and even before then. Paul Rowley up front, now to Justin Pierce into the lane. The left-handed layup and a pretty move by Paul Rowley. Nothing wrong with his knee that time. First deuce of the ball game for Rowley. For Pierce. A.J. Wilson. Justin Kier. Kier into the paint and a whistle and a traveling violation. Paul Rowley with a beautiful job defensively, and He had a big smile on his face, but that's nothing new for Paul Rowley.
I tell you, Rowley really enjoys playing, Jay. He brings that energy and enthusiasm to his teammates.
Full court pressure. Otis has just checked into the ball game, one of our key players of the game. Outstanding looking freshman who was the CAA freshman of the week last week. Rowley left side to Justin Pierce, gets a pick from Paul. Back to Paul Rowley along that baseline to the hoop with a two-handed Stufferooski. Tribe within one. Otis Livingston, A.J. Wilson. This is a team that has been traditionally not only under Coach Paulson, Charlie, but loves to recruit out of that greater Washington, D.C. area. A lot of kids from Maryland. Stolen away by Otis. That's his 8th steal of the year. Scott to Otis. Layup missed, but he is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Those are two freshmen right there, folks, for William & Mary. Chase Otis, the leading steal artist for William & Mary, and then Thornton Scott with a nice dish.
Well, Thornton's going to be a good player. He's got great vision on the floor. I just think he feels the game very well. Has a good understanding of how to play the point.
Chase Otis will go to the free throw line for the Tribe. Tribe not as good a free throw shooting team as they have been in the past few years, but it's early in the season. Otis just shot him in the air, rolls around and banks home, and it's a tie game at 10 apiece. Nathan Knight, who took a brief respite, will come in for Matt Milan. Interesting substitution pattern there. Knight for Milan. But that's the type of team that Coach Shaver has, a lot of interchangeable parts.
Well, you know, George Mason very much like that, Jay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're moving them in and out. Boyd's out there now, and they've just made a couple other substitutions. They go, both teams go about 10 guys deep and literally play 10 guys a lot of minutes, double-figure minutes.
Tribe's got their first lead of the ball game, 11-10, as Otis makes his first 2 points of the ball game for the free throw line. Gonar Marr, wanted to say that name. He's in the game now. Livingston on the left, back to Marr. Tribe's in a man. Pierce guarding his man, Ian Boyd. A long jumper from the baseline is no good by Marr, and the rebound to Nathan Knight. Tribe wants to run. Pierce to the paint, layup good, and he is fouled. Nice pass by Chase Otis, who gets a nice glad hand from Justin Pierce, who's appreciative, and the Tribe will have a chance at a three-point play.
Great ball movement here, and just looking for the open man. That's a way to come down in a trailer position to get the easy layup. You know, Mason, I watch them. They put great pressure on the ball coming down. They don't always get back on defense as well as I'm sure Coach Paulson would like them to do. But they've been beaten down the floor a couple times by the Tribe.
Well, if you saw the game, as I'm sure Coach Paulson did, that Marshall game, and there's no reason not to put a lot of pressure on the Tribe. The Tribe did not handle that Marshall pressure well.
I don't think this team is quite as big as the Marshall people were, but the Marshall's definitely a very good basketball team, as is George Mason.
Bounce pass underneath. Knight double teaming him out front. A three-pointer up and good. Pretty good defense, but Ian Boyd makes him pay with a three-pointer. First 3 points of the ball game by Ian Boyd, and it's a 14-13 Tribe lead.
Well, Boyd's 6'4", and he's a very good catch-and-shoot player. He's going to shoot a lot of three-pointers.
Rowley, bounce pass to Nathan Knight. Who would have thought, Charlie, as Rowley throws up a three-pointer, no good. Mason gets the rebound. With as difficult schedules the Tribe has played this year, and you pointed out in the top 60 in the country in strength of schedule, and still got a tougher schedule ahead of us in the pre-conference schedule. Who would have thought we'd be talking about Radford as being the toughest team on the schedule to begin the year?
Well, I tell you, for those that haven't heard, Radford has beaten Notre Dame, Texas,
and William &
Mary on the road.
Yeah.
On the road.
Pretty amazing.
I was watching that play there.
First foul on Paul Rowley. They got him for a charge foul, I guess. Matt Milan coming in for Paul Rowley.
I'm very impressed with Otis Livingston, Jay. He's out of the ball game right now, but he truly is a well-rounded point guard. Does it all. You see why he's got 1,000 points, 400 assists.
Here's Ian Boyd, who made a three-pointer from there a moment ago. Now it's Javon Green down the lane, no good. Gets his own rebound and a tough layup around Nathan Knight. It's up and in. So he got his own offensive board, and the Patriots have retaken a lead. Thornton Scott, the freshman, into the front court. Bounce pass to Nathan Knight. Now Thornton on the left wing. Lob it right side to Justin Pierce. Into the paint, down the lane, blocked by Gonar Marr. They want to run, and the layup is missed, and a foul call on Thornton Scott. Late call. Javon Green will go to the free throw line. Thornton Scott committing a foul. Let's see if we can see it again.
Well, the crowd definitely doesn't think it was a foul, but you can't hit the guy that's going in for a layup like. Let's see what happens here. Well, I tell you, it's sort of a ticky-tacky foul there.
Yeah, I think very frankly, you never can get into an official's mind, but I think if the bucket would have gone, he would not have made the call. Then the bucket didn't go, and he thought, well, maybe he was affected.
I'm sure that happens. They would never agree with
No,
it.
I'm sure. A lie detector test.
Yeah. I
Here's
always
the Javon Green.
kid about it. It's amazing how much better officials are today than when I was coaching. But
well, they are a necessity for sure. Lowy into the front court. Nathan Knight up top. Deej, left side to Pierce. Nathan hit a three-pointer a moment ago from there, and now a traveling violation on Nathan Knight. Well, I didn't see that either. We got a timeout on the floor. 11:47 to play in the first half. Patriots have retaken a lead, 16-14 here at Kaplan Arena in Williamsburg.
The mission to provide financial support for William & Mary student athletes to help them reach their potential athletically and academically and their whole person.
It provides scholarship dollars. It provides opportunities for all of our student athletes to achieve their dreams academically and athletically.
Over the years, the excellence that William & Mary Athletics has achieved would not have been possible without that kind of support.
Believe that higher education plays a critical role in our economy? Do you believe Virginia should be the top state in the country for talent? That Virginia should be the home for innovators and entrepreneurs? That our colleges, universities, and community colleges should prepare Virginians for great jobs and great lives? That we should provide affordable access for all? We are the Growth for Virginia campaign. Visit growthforva.com to join our coalition.
There has just been a couple of lead changes in this ball game. The Tribe now trailing by 2, 16-14. George Mason has had the lead for most of the first half. Hey, come pack the cap. This is an exciting and young team for both men and women side. It's officially basketball season in Williamsburg, and nothing is better than being at the game. Get your tickets today. Season tickets, family plans, single game tickets. We have it all. Visit tribeathletics.com/tickets. Or call the ticket office at 757-221-3340. tribeathletics.com/tickets. The way to go.
Jay, I've been very impressed with Javon Green. He's a 90% free throw shooter. He's second in the Atlantic 10 from the foul line. But I tell you what, it's one of those lefties who can, when he jumps up to shoot, he's got a very good chance of the ball going in. Good three-point shooter.
Here's Jamal Hartwell playing point right now for Mason. Javon Green out front. Now Gonar Marr out of Mankato, Minnesota. I think he's the farthest away athlete that Mason has recruited this year. Into the corner on the left. That's the point guard, Hartwell, no good. And Marr gets the rebound and then throws the ball away. So the Tribe gets a break there. A couple of offensive rebounds. I think I counted 4 for George Mason already. Tribe's got to keep them off the board.
They're very quick to the bucket. You got to get it back on them because they're going to go to the glass every time. They're very quick athletes. They're not particularly big, but extremely quick and just very strong players.
Luke Lowy in the ball game as the point guard. He was the starter. Into the front court. Bounce pass to Justin Pierce. Down low to Nathan Knight, back to Justin for 3. High arc, good. That's the Justin Pierce we know and love. 17-16.
Well, that's good movement. They double down. George Mason doubles down on the post a great deal. The postman's got to get it back out. They usually double down with a guy that feeds the post, and that's why he was JP was wide open.
Yeah, he's got 8 points too. Leads all scorers, matter of fact. And a whistle. Foul called on whom? It's going to be on Nathan Knight. I thought maybe Matt Milan could have been called for the personal, but it's the first foul on Nathan Knight. 5th foul on the team. L.J. Owens comes in. Got to get somebody out. We got 6 players on the court. Now Chase Audige out of the ball game. Tribe would have a big advantage if they could play 6 on 5, Charlie. But
they ain't gonna be able to play once that ball goes in play. That's gonna be a quick tee.
Yeah, it doesn't happen much anymore, does it? Used to.
Well, officials are good. They try not to let that happen.
Down low to Marr over Nathan Knight, and the shot is up and good. Back and forth game here, midway through the first half. Patriots now have a lead.
And this is the kind of defense that the Tribe saw up at Marshall.
Yep. And
right
it hurt
now,
him.
Livingston is right all over the ball handler.
Nathan Knight bumped down low by Reuter. Personally, I like to see Nathan Knight get the ball more often, maybe in a better position. I just don't think I've seen a whole lot of centers in the opposition of the teams we played this year that can beat him.
Well, let me say this, Jay. When you're gaining a reputation like he has this year, you're going to see a lot of double teams, a lot of double downs, double teams coming from all over the floor. It's just going to happen that way. He's got to learn to adjust to them, and I think he's doing a pretty good job of it.
4 points for Nathan Knight. Averaging 18 points and 7 rebounds a game this year. There are the official stats. Nathan, 2 for 2, also shooting around 83% from the free throw line this season. And the Tribe has regained a 1-point lead with 10:13 left in the first half. At Kaplan Arena, good to have you listening or viewing on a Saturday afternoon on Your View. And a foul call on L.J. Owens there. Tribe is going to get themselves into foul trouble if they don't watch it. 6 fouls already.
One more, and the Tribe is in the going to put George Mason in the bonus very early in the ball game.
Audige in for L.J. L.J. Owens with 3 personal fouls, Charlie. Otis Livingston. Gonar Marr now on the left elbow to Javon Green, and a traveling violation. About the 4th or 5th traveling violation we've had on both teams tonight. The officials very floor.
Well, it looks like they've had some
cognizant.
memos go out from the commissioner's office.
Exactly.
Well, they're blowing that whistle pretty quick tonight.
Luke Lowy into the front court. Paul Rowley on the left. Milan down low to Nathan Knight. Nathan along that right side, no good. Gets his own rebound, shot up and in.
That's great effort by Nathan Knight that time to stay after the missed shot.
Tribe with their 3-point lead. Biggest lead of the ball game has been 4 for William and Mary. Underneath, and the layup is missed, and Paul Rowley gets the rebound. Luke Loy into the front court, back to Nathan Knight, and Nathan missed the dunk and a foul. No foul. Yeah,
it
was
was
a
foul.
foul.
Yeah,
okay. Oh my. Nathan was going to hammer that one down, wasn't he? And then Mason, guy talking to Nathan. Here we go with a replay, Charlie. Pretty good defense on this end.
Yeah, that Rowley, I think Matt Milan made that block from behind on that.
And I think a double technical. Gonar Marr with a technical foul. Yep, and that's his second. Nathan Knight gets a technical foul called on.
The technical counts as a personal foul, so I mean that's 2 fouls.
My oh my. That was that chatter we were talking about.
I tell you what, they're very quick to call that this year.
Nathan Knight, free throw good. I think you called one on me in the hotel room at Marshall, if I recall. No, earlier this year, one of the other Tribe players, Chase Audige, got called for too much chatter.
They're not talking to any kind of talk back to other players. Officials are called it. It's pretty obvious, I think, when you look at this replay. He's got his arms up. Nathan says something to me. They bump, and they're going to call it. You got to quit doing that kind of stuff.
9:17 to play, so Nathan Knight's got to sit down. We'll make a note of that. The Tribe with their biggest lead of the ball game, 5, and Knight on the bench with 2 fouls. Javon Green hands that basketball to A.J. Wilson. Back to Green. Bounce pass up top to Otis Livingston. Livingston being chased by Otis underneath, and the layup is good, and he is fouled. That's Greg Calix.
Well, you see why Otis Livingston is such a good all-around player. He does everything to make everybody else on that floor better out there. He's a great handler. He's a good on-the-ball defensive player. He can score, and he can really set up his teammates as he drives with penetration.
Calix has played in all 8 games so far this year, averaging 2.3 points per game for George Mason. Free throw rolls around and does not go in. Every way but loose. Tribe's up by 3. Rowley. Right side to Pierce. Into the corner, Milan. Matt stops and pops for 3. Off the mark, no good. And the rebound to Kyer. All kicked away by JP, and it'll retain possession for Mason. Mason's got victories over Southern, North Carolina Central, and most recently Morgan State. Tribe with wins over High Point and a great win last Saturday here at Kaplan Arena versus St. Joseph's. Into the corner.
The Tribe's going to a 3-2 zone now. Let's see how Mason attacks that.
Otis Livingston in the corner, back out front. That's Livingston, might have got away with the travel there. Bounce pass down low with 4 on the shot clock. Calix into the paint, blocked by Rowley, and a great job defensively there. The shot clock violation.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think he double dribbled on that situation. They didn't call anything. Tribe will take it, regardless of what happened.
Here we go. Outstanding block by Rowley. Shot clock violation. Tribe ball up by 3. Milan, Pierce, double team, down low to Rowley. Reverse layup, good. What a nice effort. JP made that play. He drew 3 players in the lane.
He did. I tell you though, the intensity and the energy that Paul Rowley puts with this team, they missed early in the season because he wasn't playing, but he certainly brings it every time he gets on the floor.
He's got 4 points. Aaron passed the other way, and we have a timeout on the floor. So at the 7:38 mark, the Tribe enjoys their biggest lead of the ball game, or at least tied for it. It's the Tribe 25, and our guests, the Patriots of GMU 20. We shall return.
60 million people in the U.S. face the day-to-day reality of living with a mental illness.
Even though most people can experience relief from their symptoms and support for their recovery, less than half of the adults in the U.S. who need mental health services get the help they need.
People experiencing mental health conditions frequently face negative labeling, bullying, and even discrimination.
Some people describe stigma as shame that can be felt as a judgment.
Break the stigma. Don't be afraid to get help. We are the CAA.
What does it mean to be a CAA student athlete? It's passion, commitment, accountability, preparing for the real world, discipline, on the court and in the classroom. CAA Hoops. It's only for those who want it the most.
Tribe up by 5 points. 7:38 remaining. Tribe's shooting around 50% from the field. Actually, exactly 50%. 40% for George Mason. Hey, the next women's basketball game, you don't want to miss that. Women's basketball on the road versus Fairfield, but they'll be home next week to host the Richmond Spiders on December the 5th. Kaplan Arena will be the place to be as these 2 in-state foes continue a nearly century-old rivalry. Tune in early for the Tribe Club pregame show as Andrew Phillips and Julie Leach bring you all the action courtside. Andrew and Julie are doing the radio side today as Julie Leach doing her first men's basketball game commentary across the way. We wish them the best and know they're doing a great job. Right now, they got a pretty fun game to broadcast.
They do. Julie was an excellent player. I'm sure she understands this game very well.
That is Julie to the left and Andrew to the right, if I had to say that. Here's Matt Milan in the back court. Julie, by the way, the much better half, and I'd say much enough, of Mike Leach, who helps us on the broadcast for Tribe football game, and of course is the Hall of Famer, and Mike, the 16-year National Football League vet. That's Matt Milan for three. Front of the rim, no good. Matt would not quite with his touch so far this evening, but he is an outstanding three-point shooter.
You can't let Livingston loose on the break like that. He is just such a complete all-around player. You've got to pick him up.
Yep.
That's a foul.
Foul called on Livingston, I presume.
It was. Sometimes you get a little overzealous after you make a good play. A bad play and a good play, sometimes you got to keep that head level.
25-23. That's only the sixth team foul versus the Patriots in the first half. Tribes committed 8. Pierce inbounds to Thornton Scott. Matt Milan, Paul Rowley, and Chase Audis round up the 5 in the lineup right now for the green and gold. Paul Rowley, right side to Matt Milan. Milan guarded in a man-to-man by Javon Green. Now Paul Rowley thinks about a 3. Matt Milan will take it for 3. Front of the rim, actually over the rim and in.
That's great execution there. Nice screen. Matt Milan picked the ball up right off the screen and shot it before the defender could get to it.
You really got to like there's Calixte the other way, but you really got to like the confidence of Matt Milan after a couple of misses from there. He's not shy.
Well, he's an extremely good shooter, one of the best I've seen, just a pure shooter. And, you know, he was been injured a little bit with a little bit of bruise in his back, but I think he's coming back now.
Thornton Scott, they leave him open. He doesn't want it. Paul Rowley can fire one up from there, but elects not to. Into the paint, left side to Audis, open for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Pierce, and it's taken away by Livingston. Tribe gets back in a hurry. Left wing, that's Boyd. Three-pointer, no good. Thornton Scott gets the count.
Tribe did a good job of stopping the ball that time. They cannot let Livingston get into that paint because he is fantastic.
Beautiful play there as Thornton Scott knew exactly where Matt Milan wanted that basketball, and Milan poured it through the hoop.
Well, Jay, when you play this game, somebody's got the hot hand, you feed it, and that's what Tribe did on that play.
Biggest lead of the ball game for the Tribe, but Mason answers quickly. Justin Kyer, and right now, I think maybe their coach wanted a timeout. 31-27 the tally, 5:25 left. We have a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here.
You can make sure what he's doing is trying to introduce him to Matt Milan down there, because they let him get loose twice for 2 threes.
Coach Shaver not happy with that last sequence defensively. Although the previous couple of sequences defensively been pretty good.
I think they've done a pretty good job of getting back, Jay. You just got to get in a defensive stance and get ready to play them. We've had some difficulty this year playing the block and roll, and I think that's what happened on the last play. When they switch it, they got to call the switches, because if you leave that guy alone, he's going to roll the basket and be wide open.
Statistically, these teams are pretty close. The Tribe's averaging 76 points a game. Mason's averaging around 73 points per game. But last year, William & Mary, and has been in the last 4 or 5 years, one of the top scoring teams in the country. Matter of fact, over the last 3 seasons, the Green and Gold is averaging 82.6 points per game, 4th in the country, and a school record 85 points per game in 2017-2018. Not with quite the firepower so far this year, but Charlie and I think maybe a little bit better defensively. Audis. By the way, Mikel Harvey is in, by the freshman. That's Thornton Scott. Pierce. Follow a 17-footer. Good.
That's great ball movement for the Tribe. They move the ball until they got it to good open man, great position, Jason Pierce.
Got 10. Behind the back dribble is Ian Boyd. Into the corner, Otis Livingston, I presume, and the shot is up and in.
Now, right now, Livingston has hurt us in so many ways, not just scoring baskets. He makes his teammates so much better because he's such a good handler and he sees the floor so well.
33-30. Thornton Scott into the corner, Otis. Back out to Matt Milan. Matt Milan gets it to Mikel Harvey, the freshman out of California, Huntington Beach. Pass down low, and a beauty, and Harvey knocks it through. Otis with a wonderful assist to his fellow freshman.
Well, that's just good basketball right there. Great block and roll.
Livingston underneath. They get an easy bucket. Justin Kyer does.
Now that's what just kills you as a coach. You make a nice play at the offensive end, come down, somebody goes to sleep with the defensive end.
Scott hands that basketball to Matt Milan. Now to Mikel Harvey. Matt Milan into the corner, Otis. Justin Pierce, who's got 10 points, only man in double figures, and he's now got 13.
I tell you, Justin Pierce is truly an outstanding basketball player in every aspect.
Otis Livingston now low, knocked away by Harvey. Scott wants to run, 3-on-2 break, left side, Otis to the hole. Biggest lead of the ball game, 8 points, 3:15 to play. First half.
Tribe's gone back to that 3-2 zone too. They're going to try to take away some of the movement that George Mason has been able to do.
Ian Boyd out to Hartwell. Hartwell had a man, faked a man off his feet, and he missed the three-pointer anyway. Thornton Scott with a rebound. Trace Otis, double team, underneath, and they threw it away. Hartwell, 2-on-1 break, layup no good. Pierce fouled him, and we have our final media timeout of the first half. When we return, George Mason will be at the free throw line for 2 shots. It's the Tribe 40 and the Patriots 32.
Without it, we don't survive. And with it, we can take our program to a new level.
Without their help with scholarships, we would have some players that would not be able to come to William & Mary.
If we're going to be excellent, if we're going to win, and if we're going to compete at a high level, we can't do it without your support.
We wouldn't exist. It's the easiest way to put thank you for being our lifeline.
It's just crucial to our success here at William & Mary.
Hey, Tribe fans, Luncheons with Tony coming up. Mark it down. Lunch with Tony at Anna's Brick Oven, December the 18th. More on that a little bit later. More on this game right now. Charlie, the Tribe shooting 58% from the field, 45% from the three-point line, leading by 8, but you've got a little concern the Tribe's not getting back very well.
You know, when you get back on defense, it's not a matter of just getting back. You got to sprint back to start with. Then you got to get in the defensive stance, and you got to keep these drivers out of the lane because they just create too many easy shots for their teammate if everybody has to pick up somebody else's man. You got to protect that paint.
Justin Pierce having quite a game. Yesterday, we didn't even know if Justin was going to play because of the knee issue at Marshall, but boy, he's chipped in 13 points in the first half on 5 of 6 shooting. Otis Livingston makes the first free throw. He's got 9 points in the first half. And now he is in to double figures.
Well, one of the keys for the Tribe is they wanted to shoot more free throws than George Mason, because when Mason shoots more free throws, they usually win the basketball game.
It's even right now, 7 apiece. The Tribe 7 up, 7 for 7. Mason 4 for 7. 40-34. Kel Harvey, Pierce, NBA 3, back of the rim, no good. Kind of a heat check there. Hartwell with a rebound. Kyer. Now to Hartwell. Into the paint. Little runner, good.
Hartwell's a very quick player. But there's another example of getting into the paint. When you get into the paint with a guard penetration, you create so much for your teammates. Tribe has got to keep them out of the paint.
Harvey on the left side to Thornton Scott into the corner. A jumper by Chase Audis from the baseline, no good. And the rebound is Greg Palixt. So the red hot Tribe has gone cold the last couple of times down the floor. Otis, Livingston. Hartwell tries to penetrate, can't.
Well, they got two. George Mason's got two little guards in there. Both are terrific penetrators.
Livingston for three, no good. The ball knocked on the floor, picked up by Justin Pierce. Harvey kept it alive. By the way, Jahar Williams is in the game right now. Defensively, he's one of the better players on this team. Bounce pass up top to Harvey. Gives it to JP. Thornton Scott, left side Chase Audis. Audis works it back the other way to Jahar Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Pierce off the mark for a 3. And Justin Kyer. Tribe's kind of got out of their
out of rhythm a little bit, definitely.
Kyer down the paint, off the glass, no good. And the rebound picked up by Jahar Williams. Left side to Thornton Scott, into the paint, down the lane, layup no good. And Otis Livingston with a rebound. This entire game's gotten a little rocky in the last 5 minutes.
The pace is just out of whack for the Tribe right now, and Mason is just, they want to push the pace.
Tribe's up by 4. Mason running some clock, about a 10-second differential, game clock, shot clock. Livingston into the paint. Coach wanted a walk. There's a three-pointer, no good, and the rebound to William and Mary. Pierce. 10 seconds remaining until halftime. Thornton Scott. Now Thornton and the Tribe gets a timeout. Coach Shaver had that 30-second use it or lose it timeout, and he wants to set up a good play to get a good shot off with 5. You're going to go into halftime with a lead either way.
Well, the thing right now is that what they don't want to do, definitely, Jay, is turn the ball over or take too quick a shot, but they want to run it down to the end, get a best shot you can get. They don't have much time, and just hopefully you'll take at least a 4-point lead or maybe a 6-point lead.
I know what you feel about Coach Shaver and his ability to call plays after timeouts. Do you think it's a 3-point effort or a 2-point effort on this occasion?
I think they're looking for the best shot they can get. I don't think they care too much about what it is.
Rob Washburn will be our halftime show guest. He is the Associate Commissioner of the CAA for Communications. Talk about, well, there's a lot of things going on today in the CAA. A couple of football games. Here we go, 4 seconds. That's Lowy down the lane, the left-handed layup, good. Well, I would have never thought Luke Lowy was going to have the play, and I don't think the Patriots did either.
Well,
it'll wrap up from a coach's view.
Well, I see a fact that it's a very close basketball game right now. The Tribe has hit 3 free throws more than George Mason. Both teams shooting about 50%. The rebounds are pretty even, but William & Mary has made more assists. And the reason for that, Jay, is because George Mason relies a great deal on the penetration off the dribble and to make plays. And most of those plays have been taking it right to the hole and dropping it off for layups. I thought the Tribe did a good job not turning the ball over. They only had 6 turnovers. They got to continue that because that's been sort of a downfall for us in several games. We can't turn the ball over and give them shots.
Paul Rowley and Justin Pierce, 2 leaders on this team, had wonderful first halves. Yeah, George Mason came to play. They shot only 36% for the field, but they made 4 of 11 from the 3-point line.
Well, they got a couple kids who can really shoot the 3-point shot. I think right now, Livingston has just been the biggest thorn in the Tribe side. He is just a good, solid, all-around player. They've got to contain him, and they got to really emphasize getting back on him.
Interesting point, Charlie. as Nathan Knight starts the second half. Nathan had to sit the last 9 minutes and 17 seconds. The Tribe had a 5-point lead at that point. They expanded that lead, albeit a short number, by 42-36, but it's good to have Nathan back in there with only those 2 fouls.
Let me say this, Jay, and I mean, I love Nathan Knight. I think he's a terrific player. He's got a great future. He's got to stop making those silly plays like he did. It just no sense in it, and it had to come out of the game. And I mean, there he's picked up his 3rd foul.
Very quickly, they go right down to Jared Reuter. They're 6'7", 260-pounder out of Marion, Massachusetts. Right you are. And
they're gonna go at him because they feel like he's trying to make every play out there. And I mean, you know, he had 9 minutes he missed in the first half. The Tribe needs him on the floor. He's too good a basketball player to have to sit as long as he does.
Yeah, he plays 11 seconds in the second half. Free throw good by Jared Reuter.
And you can bet they're going to go to Reuter every time Nathan's in the ball game right now.
Well, cut the lead in half of that 3-point play. Paul Rowley in that position of Nathan Knight. Matt Milan dribbling to the paint, triple teamed. Now a 3-pointer good by Paul Rowley. 7 points for Rowley.
Well, Matt Milan made that play. It's good basketball. You move and you get pinch ins on the defensive side, and you hit the open men for 3.
You got confidence in your teammates.
That's right. You got to believe in your teammates.
Well, he believes in their teammate, Jared Reuter, who's got the first 5 points in the second half.
Reuter is going to be tough to guard with the team on the floor right now because he's just bigger and stronger than everybody.
Tribe's up by 4. Pierce led the team in the first half with 13 points. Rowley down low. Reuter with a nice drop step and a right-handed hook.
It's good for the Tribe to have Rowley back, isn't it?
Yeah.
I tell you what, he's just
invaluable.
And he's such an inspiration to the rest of the players. He's always playing hard.
Yeah. Gonar Marr, right side to Livingston, no good. Rebound Justin Pierce. Pierce into the front court on the left elbow. Now the left baseline. Pierce down the lane after a pick by Paul Rowley, and he goes in for a stuff. What a pick by Rowley.
It was a great pick, but a great take by Jason Pierce right there. He's just such a terrific athlete. Gets off the floor so quickly.
Justin Pierce with 17, I think. Long jumper, no good, and Pierce and Rowley battle for it. They're teammates. Matt Milan the other way.
Make sure they get a good shot.
Well, that's a 3-pointer. A little bit too quick, maybe, as Justin. Of course, it wouldn't have been too quick had he made it.
Well, Jay, but you know, they made a nice run. You don't need to get quick shots.
Kyer the other way with an easy deuce. That's scoring like they score. As you mentioned, they don't get a lot of assists because a lot of their scores are like that.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that's what the Tribe has got to stop.
Milan, threw it away. Luke Loy actually threw that ball away. And a wide open 3, Gonar Marr.
And who made the play again? Otis Livingston.
Back to a 3-point lead for the Tribe. And right now, Coach Shaver wants and gets a quick timeout. So we were only a couple of minutes, a minute and 23 seconds away from the media timeout. We're going to take it anyway. 17:23 left in the ball game here at Kaplan Arena. The Tribe's up by 3 over the Patriots of George Mason. Tribe's got a 3-point lead, had a 6-point lead at halftime. Nathan Knight is sitting on the bench with 3 fouls. More on that in a moment. Come celebrate the 20th anniversary of beautiful Plumery Park with Tribe Baseball this season. William & Mary Baseball head coach Brian Murphy announced the team's 2019 schedule last week. A few highlights include the season opener against Marist and a spring break series against Big South champion Campbell. CAA play starts in late March when the Tribe face off against last season's regular season champions and CAA championship runner-ups Northeastern. There's a home and away and in-state rivals Old Dominion and Norfolk State as well. The Tribe travels to North Carolina to take on reigning NCAA champs UNC Wilmington. The weather should be getting pretty nice around here for that weekend series in April versus Elon. And great to schedule at beautiful Plumery Park. Tribe Baseball next year. And you could, get your tickets and more information on tribeathletics.com. Tribe up by 3 after the Coach Shaver called timeout. What do you think he wanted to emphasize, Charlie? As Pierce into the lane, runner no good, the rebound.
Well, right now I think the Tribe's got to just get back in the rhythm of the game.
Jumper no good. Tip.
No block out.
That's Javon Green.
He's a very big, strong postman.
49-48. Luke Lowy on the right side of L.J. Owens, who's been handcuffed with 3 personal fouls in this game. Rowley into the corner. Lowy for 3. High arc, back of the rim. No good. Javon Green with a rebound, and Patriots can take a lead. Down the lane, no good by Otis Livingston. Good defense by Paul Rowley. Pierce with a hand in his face. Wow. Another wowzer, Justin Pierce with 18.
Well, that's a terrific play right there. Only one person made it, that's Jason.
Livingston. Donar Marr, bounce pass down low to Kyer. Into the paint, off the glass. Tough shot by Kyer. Over a couple of taller guys, Tribe defenders, but
Justin's got the hot hand, Jay. They need to move the ball, try to get it in his hand.
There's Rowley, not good there, and the rebound to Marr. Justin Kyer with the ball. Livingston double teamed into the corner. That's Donar Marr, no good. And the rebound bounced out of bounds. That time again, Greg Kalix got that rebound, and they'll have the ball when we return. 15:21 remaining in the ball game here at Capital Arena. The Tribe clinging to a 2-point lead.
We're very excited about the century celebrations here at William & Mary. Field hockey was one of the 3 sports that started 100 years ago. To be one of the oldest field hockey programs in the country is something to be proud of.
As the head coach of a women's team here, I think it's really critical that we celebrate, and I think it really paved the way for us in women's athletics to be a pioneer. You're an elite company coaching a women's sport at William & Mary.
Believe that higher education plays a critical role in our economy? Do you believe Virginia should be the top state in the country for talent? That Virginia should be the home for innovators and entrepreneurs? That our colleges, universities, and community colleges should prepare Virginians for great jobs and great lives? That we should provide affordable access for all? We are the Growth for Virginia campaign. Visit growthforva.com to join our coalition.
Tribe leads by a deuce with plenty of time left for both these teams. 15:21 here at Capital Arena in Williamsburg. Hey, Paul Rowley was named one of the 30 candidates for the 2018-19 Senior Class Award. The award recognized Division I seniors with notable achievements in 4 categories: community, classroom, character, competition. Check, 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 check. Tribe has enjoyed a couple other guys, quality individuals that have played for Coach Shaver over the years. He joins Quinn McDowell, who made the list in 2012, and Omar Pruitt, who made the list in 2017. The CAA led all conferences with 4 players on the men's 30-player list. Congratulations to a well-deserving Senior Class Award candidate, Paul Rowley. Coach Shaver had a little extra moment or two with his team. They had a 6-point lead at halftime. It's been cut to 2, and Nathan Knight back in there. He can't afford to let the offensive rebounds.
Nathan's just got to play smarter, Jay. He can't afford to pick up the foul. I was just looking at the shooting percentages, and they've gotten a lot of easy shots the second half just by the fact they were getting up the floor and beating us up the floor. But we've got to be more patient at offense if we don't get something in transition. We need to execute and get good shots. Nathan being back on the floor should help.
Yeah, their shooting percentage has gone from 36% in the first half to 51%.
That's right. And I mean, the reason is there haven't been hard shots. They've been open looks and drives to the basket.
Well, let's see if their coach, Paulie, dictates to go right inside of Nathan Knight to try to get his 4th foul called on him.
Well, they're in a zone right now. So
Justin Kyer out front to Ian Boyd, who hit a 3-pointer in the first half. That's Kyer for 3, good, and the Patriots have regained the lead for the first time in quite some time. 53-52. Otis down low to Nathan Knight, into the corner, Chase, the freshman for 3, good. Made by Knight right there, Otis with 7.
Well, quite frankly, the Tribe needs to get some scoring from some of the guys that haven't scored well. They can't expect Nathan and Justin to do all the scoring for them.
Down low to Reuter, bumping against Pierce, bounced the ball away, but could not steal it. Into the lane, down the lane, and a whistle, and the ball goes out of bounds. Good defense that time.
That was good defense by Nathan Knight that time. He got over in front of the driver and took his vision away.
Thornton Scott, right side to Chase Otis. Out front to Pierce, bounce pass up to Nathan. Otis back to Knight, out front to Owens with a little runner in the lane, no good. LJ to the paint, off the glass, no good. And the long rebound to Justin Kyer. Pretty good sequence right there. The Tribe could not get it to fall. NBA 3, no good. And the rebound battled for, on the floor, picked up by Ian Boyd of George Mason. Tie game, double nickels. 13:50 to play. Thornton Scott nearly had the ball stolen from him. Bounce pass up top to Nathan Knight. Nathan on the left side to Scott. Scott gets a pick out front, lob it underneath. The Knight bump, layup good, and he's fouled.
That's a great pass that time by Thornton. Thornton Scott was just an excellent vision. That's what we talked about, Jay, you and I before. I mean, he's got a great feel of where everybody is on the floor and has a feel for the basketball.
11 points for Nathan Knight this afternoon. Free throw good by Knight. Milan into the ball game for LJ Owens, who's played well in the second half with those 3 personal fouls against him.
Tribe needs to stop now, so it gets some offensive momentum by playing good defense at the defensive end of the floor.
Otis Livingston out front. Jumper from the baseline, off the mark, no good. And the rebound to Chase Otis. Good block out that time with the Tribe defense. Thornton Scott in the front court. High post to Nathan Knight. Matt Milan. Man-to-man defense being applied by the Patriots. Matt Milan, jumper. Front of the rim, no good. The rebound to Pierce, layup no good. And a foul going to be called on George Mason. Foul called on Ian Boyd. But Pierce has a ferocity about him, that is something to watch here.
Jay, he can do just about everything he needed on the basketball floor. I mean, he can rebound, he can pass, he can shoot, and he's a terrific defender.
Got another double-double, too. The master of that category. He averages a double-double.
Just missed a free throw, which is one thing he hasn't done as well as he is capable of doing this year. Normally, he's a very good foul shooter. He just is been out of rhythm a little bit this year.
Shot good. Game has been tied 5 times. There have been 3 lead changes, and right now the Tribe up by 4. With 12:59 to play here at home. Ian
it's just
Boyd,
too
good
easy.
pass down low, and Javon Green, yeah. There's no wonder they're shooting around 53%.
They're very easy shots. I mean, you got
Nathan Knight hands that ball to Thornton Scott, right side to Pierce. Bounce pass down low to Nathan along that jumper, baseline, good. Got 13, actually he's got 14 points.
Well, that's good basketball. Good movement. They moved the ball, got the ball in their post man. He made a nice move.
Drives up by 4 once again here at Kaplan Arena. Ian Boyd, and nearly stolen away by Chase Audige. Now they're working 4 on 5 now, 5 on 4 actually, and they take advantage of it. Ian Boyd left open for a three-pointer.
I tell Boyd is an excellent three-point shooter. They've got a couple guys that can really stroke the threes.
He's got 8. Drives up by 1. Thornton Scott left. Into the corner, Audige. And man, he's hot. He was hit into the corner too. No call, he gets up, playing defense. Audige with 10.
I like the fact that they're in the zone now. See if they can slow the pace down a little bit at George Mason's end of the floor.
Well, got to try something else. The man-to-man does not work real well. Gonar Marr, Livingston. High post to Javon Green, taken away by Audige, and taken right back by Javon Green.
Good defensive play by Nathan Knight that time, but somebody just lost their responsibility.
Green with an easy layup. I think somebody was playing a man-to-man, and the rest of the team was playing zone.
Somebody get either mental mistake or did he just flat out didn't know what defense they were in, which is a mental mistake.
That's Justin Pierce. His man fell to the floor, and he missed that jumper. Kyer tries to penetrate, can't. They're running one-hander good, and we're tied at 64 apiece. Livingston's having a ball game. He's got 12.
He is an experienced basketball player who takes advantage of every defensive mistake you make.
Scott, Matt Milan. Audige, Matt Milan on that baseline. Bounce pass, well, actually pass out to Chase. Three-pointer in and out, no good. Otis Livingston with a rebound. A wide open three. Gonar Marr, and he's got 8. Mason leads by 3. And Matt Milan calls a timeout. He thought that Coach Shaver wanted a timeout. I do not think he wanted that. We'll have a timeout here, 9:54 remaining in the ball game. Patriots back up by 3, 67-64. Back after this.
Today's brands need to activate their marketing budgets to engage consumers locally where they live and shop. Local events across the country are seeking relevant sponsors and partners, and retailers are always looking for ways to increase store traffic and dollar sales. Bring all parties together and, well, bam! Brand Activation Maximizer, or BAM, is a proven, one-of-a-kind software platform that connects brands, events, and retailers. It provides brands with unique opportunities to reach consumers, while helping events grow bigger and better. And best of all, BAM gets proven sales results by taking retailer interests into account. We've already successfully optimized more than $200 million in sponsorship to date, featuring some of the world's biggest brands and events. Yours could be next. BAM! It's that simple.
Tribe down by 3 after leading by 6 at halftime to Mason. They've come out guns blazing, and they haven't had to blaze very far. They've had a lot of easy buckets here in the second half. Hey, congratulations and welcome to Tribe Nation, Cameron Brown, signing the National Letter of Intent, the 6'6" wing from Laurel, Maryland, to Eleanor Roosevelt High School. Signed a National Letter of Intent in November. Coach Shaver says Cameron is a 6'6" wing that will bring great size, length, and versatility on the perimeter. great credentials, All-State second team selection in 2018, named the Hoop Group Camp MVP in 2018, and he's the second generation William & Mary player, joining his mother, Deborah Wade Brown, who was a CAA All-Defensive Team performer as a senior in 1988. So congratulations, Mom. We're happy to have your son on campus starting that next year, Cameron Brown, a 6'6" wing from Laurel, Maryland. Charlie, things have taken a turn for the worse. Tribe down by 3.
Right now, Jay, the Tribe has allowed Livingston to go just about anywhere he wants on the floor. He's just out there making plays. He's either scoring or getting the ball to somebody to score.
After the timeout, Milan, Knight, L.J. Owens. At Milan, they climb all over him. He has not had many good looks. 6 on the shot clock. Paul Rowley into the paint. Follow a 14-footer good. Big bucket by the senior.
Great shot.
11 points for Rowley. Four men in double figures for William & Mary. 4 also for George Mason. That's not really unusual for either one of these ball clubs. Very balanced scoring attack. Hartwell. Gonar Marr into the corner. Stops and pops the Green for 3. It's good. He's feeling it.
Well, right now, they got a couple guys with hot hands. We've got to get out and close out the three-point line because they're killing us right now.
70-66. 4-point lead for the Patriots with 8:48 to play. Paul Rowley on the left wing. Bounce pass into the corner. Underneath Rowley and from Nathan Knight. And the foul call on George Mason.
Good pass, good cut. I've been very impressed this half with Marr, Jay. He can shoot the 3 pretty well for a big guy.
Paul Rowley's free throw good. Luke Lowy comes in for Thornton Scott. Justin Pierce will take the place of Nathan Knight. Good move by Coach Shaver there, Hunt, with 3 fouls. Get him a little bit of rest to let him get down the stretch.
Well, they got 2 bigs out there on the floor now. It means that Justin's going to have to guard one of them.
Rowley's free throw, front of the rim, no good. And the rebound to the Patriots. Tribe now 10 of 12 from the free throw line. Livingston. Gonna watch him all over the court. Gonar Marr, you have to watch him all over the court as well. Reuter, bounce pass underneath, threw it away.
It just seemed to be Tribe seems to be a little tentative at the defensive end. They got to get up and get on these guys so they can't get open looks.
Full court pressure, Charlie.
We expected to see it, and I think we're going to see it perhaps a good bit of the rest of this ball game.
Chase Deej right back to Justin Pierce. You like Justin bringing it up,
I
don't
do.
you?
I think Justin can usually beat his man, and I think that's very important when you're facing pressure.
Luke Lowy, Pierce on the right wing. Up top to Lowy, 12 on the shot clock. Trying to run that shot clock down quite a bit in the second half too. Lowy, left side to Owens, bounce pass down low with 4 on the shot clock. And again, Rowley tries to bail the club out with a 7-footer, all the way no good.
Tribe doesn't want to get that shot clock down like that because then you got to take a bad shot. There it goes again. Great
pass, blocked by Rowley in the corner. Javon Green comes up with a block shot. Ian Boyd into the corner along that baseline Green, and a whistle before the shot. Foul called on William & Mary. We have a timeout on the floor, 7:32 to play. Tribe's down by 3 after being up by 6 at halftime. We shall return after this.
Without it, we don't survive. And with it, we can take our program to a new level.
Without their help with scholarships, we would have some players that would not be able to come to William & Mary.
What does it mean to be a CAA student athlete? It's passion, commitment, accountability, preparing for the real world, discipline, on the court and in the classroom. CAA Hoops. It's only for those who want it the most.
Tribe's got their work cut out for them in the last 7:32 of the ball game, trailing by 3 versus George Mason. Hey, the men's basketball team will enjoy a couple of short road trips. I don't know who writes this script. Enjoy might be too strong a word. Anyway, going to Old Dominion on Wednesday and Hampton next Saturday. The Tribe will return home to Capital Arena on Sunday, December the 16th to face off with William Peace, the Pacers. Tune in early for the Tribe Club pregame show. It's William & Mary basketball on Tribe Athletics TV, only on tribeathletics.com. That's December the 16th. Charlie, by that time, you will have garnered me the wonderful Christmas present that I know you've shopped all over. You can now shop online, by the way.
I have to work very hard to get something to match your gifts, Jay.
That's for a later broadcast. Charlie, Tribe simply got to win this game on the defensive end.
I think they're going to have to gear it up if they're going to win this basketball game. Because right now, George Mason's doing just about everything they want to do. You got to take them out of what they want to do, and they haven't done a very good job of it.
Fouls have been held down by both teams in the second half. You're thinking about free throws down the stretch. The George Mason Patriots committed 3. The Tribes committed 2. Tribes only got 1 timeout left. 3 for George Mason.
You know, they could need it too. That's very big issue right now.
Calixt into the corner. Justin Kyer. Now Marr. Tribes in a zone defense. See if that works a little bit. 5 on the shot clock. Livingston's a step back 3, no good. And the rebound to Justin Pierce. Lowy into the front court. Hands it to Rowley. Now Nathan Knight. Will give and go. Nathan underneath. And a whistle and a foul called on Greg Calixt.
There have not been many fouls, as you said a minute ago. His half has been called very differently than I think the first half was called. Part of it is the lack of aggressiveness on the defensive end by both teams.
Yeah, good point. Down low, Nathan Knight. The foul's going to be called on Calixt. 2 quick ones on him, and Nathan Knight will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. All of a sudden, the 5th foul on the Patriots.
That's just a good move, and you know, that's a little ticky-tacky, but we'll take it at this point.
Big deep breath by the junior out of Syracuse. And the pretty good free throw shooter as well. He makes the first.
I tell you, for a big guy, he's an excellent free throw shooter. Not that big guys can't shoot them, but he's one of the better ones.
Makes a pair. Tribe is within 1. Against that the St. Joe's team here a week ago today, the Tribe really clamped down on St. Joseph's in the last 5 minutes.
They did a good job on Charlie Brown because he is an excellent player. I expect to see him at the next level.
Donar Marr back out front. That's Livingston. Stops and pops from 16. Good.
I tell you, right there, I mean, you get an idea of how well he handles and how, I mean, yes, has a great ability to take care of the defensive mistakes. Whatever they do wrong, he takes advantage of it.
14 for Livingston. Knight for 3 from the top of the key. Rolls around and falls in. Coach Shaver did a little body English on the sideline for that one to go, and we're tied. His big center's got 16. Donar Marr, bounce pass on the left side to Livingston.
They've got to get out and cover that corner, Jay.
That's a three-pointer from there, made by Justin Kyer. This ball game heating up. Kyer's got 15. And the official ball hit Chase Audige and hit the official, and the official was standing out of bounds, and that's a good call.
Official's part of the playing floor, Jay.
Here we go, Charlie.
Yeah, I think that's one of those plays, Jay, everybody's upset about because it just shouldn't happen. The referee got himself in a bad position, but he made the call he had to make.
Livingston into the front court for George Mason. 5.5 to play in the game. Patriots lead by 3. Tribe led by 6 at halftime. It's Javon Green. Kyer, he's been red hot in the second half. Audige now gets him into the lane. Bounce pass down low, and the reverse layup is up and in by Greg Calix. That play was again made by their drive penetration.
Yeah, absolutely. You get in the paint and then they can hit the open man.
Lowy underneath and going in for the dunk, Nathan Knight, and he is fouled. Nathan will finish that play 9 times out of 10, but could not get it to go down.
Yeah, that's good penetration by Luke. Good bounce pass, missed the layup. I won't call it an easy layup because he had to go up through the trees, but he usually makes that.
Free throw by Nathan Knight is up and good. Nathan, the leading scorer in the game for both teams with 19.
I think Justin's got 19.
Pardon me, he sure a 20 now for Nathan. And Justin does have 19 points. Second shot by Knight, no good. And the Tribe's down by 4 with 5 minutes to play exactly here at Kaplan Arena. Otis Livingston, who has been hard to handle underneath the handoff, and he stepped out of bounds. Patriots stepped out of bounds.
The problem is, Jay, he can get wherever he wants to get with a dribble, and I mean, right now, that's just been killing him.
Justin Pierce will bring it across the timeline against Gonar Marr. Directing traffic, Pierce. High post to Nathan Knight. Nathan hands that ball to Pierce. Pierce on the right, into the corner. Audige, jumper, good.
All right, we need a stop here very badly. The Tribe has got to
for Audige.
They got to put some pressure on this.
Livingston into the front court. Bumped a little bit by Knight along that baseline, and a whistle and a foul call on Nathan. That's his 4th.
You know, I think I want to see that again because all he did was stand straight, and the dribbler just ran into his leg.
Paul Rowley will come in. You're going to see it again, Charlie.
Yeah. All right, here's where they call it. Yeah. Looked to me like he lost the dribble and just kind of went at.
Coach Shaver mouthed the coach to Nathan Knight, be ready to go right back. A three-pointer launch, baseline no good, and a whistle. Save, no whistle. The save inbounds right to Gonar Marr, who makes the easy layup. Tough break right there.
Ever save a ball out of bounds in the defensive end of the floor.
Milan, Paul Rowley. Tribe within a three-pointer after that give back. And a whistle and a traveling violation on Paul Rowley. We have our final media timeout of the afternoon. It is 79-76. The Tribe is down by 3. Let's go to our courtside reporter, Pete Clausen.
Coach Shaver, under the last timeout, stressed what he came into the game looking to stress was the defense. The defense for the Tribe has not been up to the challenge right now. George Mason is 10 of the last 13 from the floor here in the second half, but the Tribe is within a possession, coming down late. Both teams are shooting over 50%, but the story of the game is going to be told for the Tribe on the defensive end of the floor. He stressed that in the last timeout. I'm sure it's being covered now. You get a stop, the offense will come on this side. The Tribe is also over 50%. Back to Jay and Charlie for the conclusion of this contest.
Thank you, Pete. A very exciting contest it is. And if you're a kid out there and want to get into this Kaplan Arena and get in all the fun, we encourage you to join the new Griffins Kids Club. Start your young William & Mary fan on the path of being a lifelong Tribe supporter. For only $25, members' benefits include a Griffins Kids Club t-shirt, an official Griffins Kids Club membership credential, free or discounted admission to select Tribe athletic events, special opportunities to meet Tribe student athletes, ball kid opportunities. Do I need to say more? Sign up today. tribeathletics.com/GKC. Charlie, it almost wants me to be a kid again.
Yeah.
That's been many years for you, hasn't it? We'll move on.
I'm
Sorry.
still a kid, Jay. I'm still
a kid at heart.
Yeah. Right now, I just want to see this basketball team get a couple stops.
Foul trouble. Nathan Knight comes back on the field to answer the final bell. 3:45 to play. There will be no more immediate timeouts. As we mentioned, the Tribe down to 1 timeout while the Patriots have 3 to use. Patriots lead this series overall 39-28. 16 apiece here in this building over the long span of this series. What kind of a defense is the Tribe in, Charlie?
They're in man-to-man, Jay.
Livingston gets a pick and goes the other way, goes right down the center of the lane with an easy layup.
You got to get in front of him. You can't let him go right down the middle like that. It goes downhill every time he dribbles the basketball.
Livingston with 16. Audige fires one up for 3. I thought he was hacked, and he was. A very late call by the official. You know, it's the same official that made that controversial call early, and their coach wants to argue about that one. Dave Paulson, not so much that maybe the foul was the correct one, but the fact that it was made after the Audige missed the shot. And Chase Audige to the free throw line to shoot 3 shots.
The Tribe should feel very fortunate about that one, I would say.
Audige has had a good ball game with 13.
We got to make him free throws now. He's getting into crunch time.
First free throw by Chase is good. Boy, the first half he had a couple of free throws go in, and he used all parts of the rim. Got 2 more coming. Chase makes 2 of 2, and the Tribe has cut the deficit to 3. Well, they seemingly all come down to the final 2 minutes at Kaplan Arena, don't they?
Been pretty regular at that.
Get your money's worth. Chase makes all 3.
Well, we're down 1 basket. We got to get 1 stop. We haven't got hardly any in the last 10 minutes.
16 for the freshman Audige. Student body screaming the other way. Great pass underneath and the easy layup. Jared Reuter.
It's been pretty much a 1-man offensive show. Otis Livingston.
House pass underneath to Nathan Knight, who slams it home. 22 for Nathan.
You've got to move your feet when you guard somebody. You can't go at him when he makes moves.
There's Livingston, man that we thought was going to be a key player in this game before it started. He certainly has been that. Donar Marr. And no, that's not a bucket.
Shot
clock violation.
All right, this is an important shot. Don't rush it.
Greg Calixton for Jared Reuter, so they get pay a little offense defense on that occasion. Get Reuter out of the ball game and Calixton. Audige to Thornton Scott. Gordon. Get it across the timeline. L.J. Owens, the freshman. Here's Nathan Knight. Now to Justin Pierce on the right. Justin into the paint. Down the lane, layup no good. Tip will not fall, and the rebound to George Mason. Tribe needs another stop. 1:52 to play. Livingston. Lobbing underneath. Into the corner. Marr for three. In and out, no good. Rebound, Justin Pierce.
Take your time and get a good shot now.
Scott. Right side to L.J. Owens. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Nathan Knight. Pierce lobs one up for three. Back of the rim, no good. And the rebound to Javon Green. 83-81.
It's still all right. We just got to play defense. Get down in all defensive stance and go at it.
And Dave Paulson wants and gets a timeout to talk this thing over. 1:07 to play, 67 seconds to play, 21 on the shot clock. It is a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. Talk some strategy, Charlie.
Well, right now, the strategy is that they're beating us with one guy, Jay, right now. Otis Livingston has made all the plays down the stretch. He either takes his man for an easy shot, or he draws somebody else's man and he dishes the ball off for an open look. Right now, we've got to contain him, get it down in a good stance, and don't let him go downhill to the basket. Get a good stop here, and then we got to come up and get a shot. Get a good one.
One of the hardest jobs the officials have is holding both coaches' staff this time of the game to the 30-second timeout.
That's right. I expect Chase Otis to be on Livingston out there. He's got more. He's longer. He's got what, 3 fouls?
No, Charlie. The Tribes only had 3 fouls.
Yeah, and they can commit fouls where they let somebody beat them to the basket.
And they can be very aggressive.
Yes,
I guess
exactly
another way to put it. Justin
Just don't
Tyre.
foul somebody in the act of shooting.
Audige is indeed on Otis Livingston. 1 minute to play.
Don't let Nathan make the foul.
Jumper, baseline, good. The best defense you can play on Otis Livingston. That's a great shot. He's got 18. Still time. Ball kicked away by the Patriots. They try to get that ball down low to Nathan Knight. 48 seconds to play. L.J. Owens. Lob it in to Nathan Knight. Nathan gives that ball to Pierce. Chase Audige on the right. High post to Nathan Knight.
I'd like to see Nathan step back and look for the shot.
Gordon Scott for three. Good. The freshman bangs it home. His first 3 points of the evening, and the Tribe trails by 1.
All right, you've got to take a shot. You've got to make it tougher. Now's when they can use that foul, Jay. Don't let anybody get in there. If they run the clock down, when maybe commit a foul and put them back out.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
Don't let them beat you to the basket.
A foul going to be called on Nathan Knight. No, on 11. On L.J. Owens. I did not see that. It was away from the ball. 5th foul on L.J.
Where is he?
And yeah, I still didn't see it.
I didn't either.
If we see that again, guys, that'd be great.
I thought it was on Nathan.
I did too. And here we go, Charlie.
Where is it? I don't even see him involved in it. Do you? Yeah.
Nope.
But
it's we need Nathan Knight in the ball game. LJ fouls out. They'll bring in Paul Rowland. So here we go. 13.6 seconds remaining.
Here's where you don't want to let them get loose for a layup.
All right. Well, they've got a foul now because the shot clock is off. 13.6 seconds remaining. Got to play good defense. If you can't get an immediate steal.
You got to foul him right
Otis
away.
Livingston, and they foul him. That's probably not the man you'd want to foul.
Well, no, they're still not in a bonus, Jay. We got to foul again.
Right.
You got to be quicker than that too. You got to foul him the minute the ball gets in.
12 seconds to play.
Foul him the minute the ball's in. Foul him the minute the ball's in.
Foul
him.
And foul underneath. The reverse layup, good. Not what you wanted. 3 points down. Thornton Scott with 7 seconds. Paul Rowley, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound, Nathan Knight, Chase Audige, and he is fouled.
Well, that's...
Tribe down by 3. Rowley tried to tie that ball game up on a baseline jumper. It did not fall. And 8th team foul, so we're going to check the clock. So right now, 9/10 of a second. Got to get in one of those situations where you got to make the first free throw and miss the second.
And you got to kick it out right away. That's it. It's either that or you just pile drive the basket on the second one if he misses it and try to get the rebound. 9/10 of a second doesn't really give you a lot of time to get a 3 away.
Well, hopefully they'll add, a couple of tenths. Here we go, Charlie. Here's the play. Here's that layup. And that's when you want to foul right there. And I think the Tribe did try to, but they got away. They being George Mason. Tribe won this ball game up at GMU last year, 77-70, in what was probably a closer game than that score would indicate. Here, 87-84, and they put a lot of time on the clock now.
If we make the first one, all we got to do is get a 2-point basket. So we've got to try to miss the second one, put it right back up. We've got plenty of time. 2.4 seconds.
Chase Audige with 2.4 seconds to play. 1-and-1 opportunity.
They got 2 big guys can kick it back, make the first one. If he misses, we got to go for the 3.
Shot no good. Rebound. Knight.
Go for the 3.
Knight into the corner. Jumper. No good. Tried to tie that game up. Nathan Knight did a heck of a job getting out to the 3-point line to try to make that